Mr. Sanusi, in the course of preparations for the All Africa Games, Coach Samson Siasia had complained that the local clubs were frustrating his plans by not releasing the players. Now, you talked about the foreign-based players, but the local clubs, he says, are frustrating his plans. How is the NFF going to assist? Or has that been sorted out finally?
Yeah, well, the rules governing that are very clear. We have rules and regulations governing engagement of players to national camp, and it says that if you invite more than 4 players in one club, of course, there are two things that have happen. It is either we suspend the league, or you allow the players to go and play for their clubs and come back. Somebody is paying their salary, and that is the clubs. So that has been a major problem. But the coaches have sat down together with the management of Nigeria Football Federation, and we have made it very clear to them that if you do not want your program to be disrupted, you need to go by the rule of law. Don't invite more than 4 players in one club. And that has been sorted out. We do not have that problem any longer. The last time we had meeting with all the coaches, and they have all agreed that they would not invite more than 4 players in one club. So that has been sorted out.
Okay. Mr. Ashiru, back to you here as we wind down. What's the situation with boxing? Nigeria used to have, I mean, that's one of the games that used to give Nigeria laurels, a lot of laurels, boxing, but what's happening?
I think every sport has the highs, the periods, and when they have the highs, everything falls into place. Right leadership, right coaching, right atmosphere, right investment. Then the boxing begins to shoot up, or any other sport for that matter. We had that in the days of Mrs. Nwokedi in wrestling, in weightlifting. Weightlifting was doing extremely well because for some reason, and we had it in the days of Adeyemi as president of Nigeria Athletics Federation, when Mobile was putting in 25 million, 27 million a year. Those were the days that you were talking about. Yeah. Because there was enough money to bring all the talented people from America. Then Mobile pulled back. Then the pressure is now on the next president. Where am I going to find that kind of investment in order to be able to get the same kind of people to come from America to run? So boxing has gone through that. The days of Brian Ayenote, when he was able to use his position in the military to get military some sponsorship and support from military government. As a matter of fact, combat sports have always had better investment during the military government than since the civilian dispensation, probably because they do it actively in their own military barracks. So I think those were the reasons why boxing did extremely well then. And this is the reason why boxers, the Boxing Federation, decided to re-elect former Chief of Army Staff as President of Boxing, Kenneth Minima. That, okay, you know, you guys always do well. And since he came in, at least I've seen some fantastic work he's done in building a hostel, in supporting, you know, international tournaments with money and all that, hoping to get boxing right back to. But the real key we have is that developmental work. Look at what he said in fencing. If you don't start looking for tomorrow's champion today, there's going to be a time when there'll be a glut. Boxing went through a glut because somebody stopped doing developmental work, focusing on professional boxing. And professional boxing doesn't have time for development. It wants money now.
All right, as a wind down, I'll begin with you, then go to Sanusi and come back. As a wind down, what should Nigerians expect from Team Nigeria?
I think Nigerians need to be optimistic. As Mr. Ashiru said, there are a combination of different things that helps them in achieving it. And one of it is also the Team Nigeria spirit and the Nigerians also supporting them as well. So I think they need to be optimistic and look at the athletes in terms of they're doing their best. They have a good chance and support them as best as they can. I think they really have a good chance this time, and it's really up to the athletes to now prove themselves on those days.
All right, Mr. Sanusi, expectations finally from Team Nigeria. What should Nigerians look forward to?
But Nigerians look forward to victory, and because they have been very supportive of our sports sector, and that is why I always call on the athletes to realize that Nigerians have hope on them, and they should reciprocate the support they receive from Nigerians. By the grace of God, I can tell you that Nigeria is going to top the medal table.
We'll stay with you. I think someone has a question for you.
Followers of women's football believe the NFF is not supporting the ladies the way they support the men. Are the Super Falcons well prepared for the Africa Games?
As I said earlier, the Super Falcons are well prepared, and the support extended to the ladies is the same one that is being extended to the men. Mr. Ajiru has said it all. The issue of sponsorship. If you look at what is happening to the Premier League, they have a massive sponsorship from Globe, and that is difficult to get for the women, primarily because some people do not believe in women football. If you look at what is happening in Nigeria, there are just one section or two sections of the country from the geopolitical zones that play women football. It is not across. If you look at the northern part of the country, women football is not very popular. And that is one of the setbacks we have. But I can assure you that on the part of the Nigeria Football Federation, we are doing everything possible to bridge the gap between women football and the men football. If you look at the allowances that the Super Eagles is getting, before it was the gap was very, very wide. But now the gap has been bridged to the barest minimum. So Nigeria Football Federation is doing everything possible to support women football.
Okay. Mr. Shields.
I agree with my friend, Mrs. Sanusi. Football is doing well. There's a new sense of direction in football. And I think the National Sports Commission also, there's a new sense of direction. I'm very happy with the fact that there's a lot of interaction, there's a lot of discussion. So we think because of that, we're going to do well at the All Africa Games. Because what is important in the All Africa Games is everybody working together as a team. You play your role, I play my role. The Director General, Al-Azhar Yahmoud, is doing a fantastic job leading, making sure that everybody's voice is heard. And that's what we presidents have complained about in the past, that this is what we need to achieve results. And he says, whatever you need, I will support you. So I'm believing that his goal is 62 gold medals for Nigeria.
His goal?
His goal is 62 gold medals. If we get 62 gold medals, we're top 2, which is what the president agrees with.
With fingers crossed.
My fingers are crossed.
Sports is extremely unpredictable. That's why they do betting on it.
Oh, so let me just bring in this tweet. Please quickly answer to this. Mr. Rhett has just sent in a tweet. He says, why does Nigeria always have to do the fire brigade thing? It's just a few days to the games, and then we are now rushing to get ready.
No, we spoke about this earlier.
No. He's asking, he says, other countries have 4-year plans. Maybe I should have just read exactly. Countries have 4-year plans, Olympic plans. Does Nigeria have those kind of plans?
Let me also make a comparison. How many changes in ministers have they had in England since 2012? So for as long as at the top level there's changing policy, the 2 ministers away set up a high performance task force. After 1 year, it went. A new minister came, set up a ministerial technical committee. A new minister is soon coming. Those are the reasons why planning is difficult. Planning is not at the level of coaching. Planning is not at the level of federations. Planning is at the level of cabinets. So if the cabinet of the country, led by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, is consistent by saying, I'm going to put you there for 4 years and I want you to deliver this in 4 years, we will see that consistency.
Is there lawn tennis, by the way?
No? I believe tennis is part of the...
Okay. History beckons, starting on Monday.
Let me quickly help to make a clarification concerning fencing. That you said it's one of the sports that was dropped. Actually, it's because of history. You know, having not been at the last All Africa Games, the NSC finds it difficult to make a projection to the president that we should add this sport because it will win this many medals. So sports that had problems in medal projection, they said they couldn't afford to carry them. So now what they're trying to do now is supplementary budget to see if fencing will go in there, and hopefully something will happen.
All right, thank you very much. We've had Mr. George Ashiru, President, Nigeria Taekwondo Federation, Mr. Adeyinka Sambo, President, Nigeria Fencing Federation, and from Abuja, Mr. Mohammed Sanusi, Secretary General of the Nigerian Football Federation. I want to thank you all for sharing your thoughts with us as we prepare for the All Africa Games. 60 gold medals, he says. That's the goal of
62.
62 gold
expected.
Expected from the All Africa Games. Go Team Nigeria. We're back shortly.